Hello friends, welcome to my channel Visual Dev, where I explain code concepts visually so that you can visualize it while learning. And today we will speak about TypeScript. TypeScript 6.0 is officially out, and this release is a lot more important than it first looks because if you only look for flashy syntax, you will miss the actual story. TypeScript 6.0 adds some useful APIs, improves type checking in few areas, simplifies a few common configs, and also introduces the kind of default changes that can break assumptions in older projects. And this release is so special. The TypeScript team says 6.0 is the bridge between TypeScript 5.9 and the upcoming TypeScript 7.0. In fact, 6.0 is intended to be the last release on the current JavaScript code base. So a lot of what you are seeing here in TypeScript, it is preparing the ecosystem for the next generation. So now what I have done is set up the two tiny projects. One is on TypeScript 5.9 and the other is on TypeScript 6.0. And I am going to use some live coding examples to show what's new, what's fixed, and what changes you actually need to care about when you will be migrating your project to TypeScript 7.0. So here you can see we have two terminals opened. One is with version TypeScript 5.9 and one is with TypeScript 6.0. Our project structure is very simple. I have some files which will explain the new editions. Some of them will explain the deprecated ones, and some of them will also explain what we need to migrate when we move from TypeScript 5.9 to the 7.0, or let's say the 6.0. Let's start with one of the nicer editions, which is temporal API. TypeScript 6.0 adds in a built-in types for the temporal API. What is this? So, if you ever hated working with JavaScript's date, temporal is much more modern model for date and time handling. And what TypeScript gives you here is the native typing support and which makes the developer experience far better. Just keep in mind that runtime support still depends on the environment you run in. So right now, let's say I am going to run it in Node environment. So that means I need to do some setup for the Node environment. Since I have Node set up, so now let me run this files and see the outputs comparing the old date constructor and the new temporal API. So let's try it out. Node temporal.js. So you can see the date constructor. I am just printing out the current date and I am just adding 1 hour to it. Now let's try out the same with temporal API. So now we can see the temporal also gives us the similar output, but more modern and more easy. You can read more about this new temporal API on MDN docs, which is more elaborative, more informative, and explains methods in details. Another nice little win is escape method in native regex API. This one was long overdue. Now, instead of writing your own custom regex expression in helper every single time you want to safely place user input into a regular expression, now you can use a native built-in API with the same intent. Let's look at the code. So now you can see what we used to do is create a utility helper, and in that method we used to place the reg expression, which will pass the user input and we will use it to test various user inputs. So in this method, if you can see, I have the native method and I am generating the old regex. So let's run this file and see what reg expression we get. So now you can see I have the regex with the escaping characters file name.js, which I can use to safely place user inputs. Now, on the other hand, the same with the same intent, I have the escape method. So you can see I have the same user input. What I'm doing is creating a new regex expression using the escape method with the user input. Let's run this file and see the output. Here we go. We have the same reg expression And explaining this x66 instead of if is the hex representation of if, which itself is another safeguard to for some edge cases. Isn't this nice? Now, let's talk about some browser level cleanup. So in 6.0, we also have those. Now, if you some of you might have faced issues while iterating DOM elements or specifically maps or sets. What we end up doing is adding DOM and DOM iterable to our configs along with down level iteration flag. True. Guess what? It's no longer required. The contents of DOM iterable and DOM async iterable are now fully included inside DOM. So if you were explicitly adding both before, your config can now be simpler. You have to just add DOM in your config. Let me show you. So this is the old version inside tsconfig. If you see what I have inside lib is ESText, which is the old version, DOM and DOM iterable. Let me, for the demo purpose, remove this DOM iterable, save it, and here you see I have the error because I have not included in the div. On the other hand, if I see this guy, I am doing the same iteration on the DOM element, and inside my TS config, you can see I just have DOM. No need for DOM iterable, and also there is no down level iteration flag. But in this config, I had down level iteration flag to true if I need to iterate over the maps or sets. And just to mention, this down level iteration flag is deprecated in 6.0 and it will no longer be respected. Now, let's talk about the bigger story, which are the changes in configuration and the migration side. First, we will see stable type ordering flag, which is only intended to help diagnose differences between 6 and version 7. And remember, it is not intended to be used as a long-term feature because it will slow down your type checking up to 25% if this is misused. Let's speak about why this flag is introduced because in TypeScript 7, one of the major architectural improvement is parallel type checking, which dramatically will improve the overall check time. Now, let's understand what this flag will do. Consider this demo function. Now, consider a situation where this demo function is being declared or used at multiple places. And now, when we try to generate the types, so let's generate the types in this old version, which without this stable type ordering flag. And parallelly, I will generate the typings in the new version with the stable type ordering flag. And we will see the difference between the generated types for this stable type ordering file. Now, if you see the typings file, the demo function types is generated and you see the return values are swapped. Let me take you back here. You see the condition was returning 100 and 500. But you see this const I have generated above and now it reverses the output for this demo function. However, with the stable type ordering flag, the output remain same, which is 100 and 500, irrespective of some constant declaring a value 500. This is the proper use for this flag, which will support or which will give you the deterministic outputs of your typings in the TypeScript. Let's talk about other configuration updates. One of the sneaky update is root directory. Now in version 6, the root directory by default to the folder containing your tsconfig. So if your root directory is somewhere else, whether you're using monorepo or any other structure, you need to explicitly mention it. Otherwise, you will see when your typings will be generated, it will impact your output directory. Another update which you will see is in the types array. Now in version 6, it will default to empty. However, in the earlier versions, it was supposed to collect all your typings from the test folders or from the node modules folders and gather it here, which is no longer the case. Also, there are some syntax and tooling deprecations that you need to aware of, such as asserts keyword will no longer be supported when you migrate to version 6. Instead, you have to use with keyword. And the good part is TypeScript 6.0, while generating types, will not silently ignore this error. Rather, it will yell at you to migrate it using with keyword, which is less confusing and helping. And also, let's say you have some declaration files or anything that you have used declare module X is no longer supported. Instead, you need to use namespaces, and which means it is hard deprecated and you will not get warnings. It will be error types. Also, there are few changes which is related to the configuration. Let me take you there. Now, the new old target was ES next. However, the new target will be ES 2025. TypeScript version 6 changes defaults to better match modern JavaScript developments. That means strict is now by default. Earlier, it was optional. Now, as Node.js supported the subpath imports, which means TypeScript version 6 also allows you to have or declare subpath imports starting with hash, and you can declare your subpaths to your subdirectories and use these directly while importing functions or these files in your some other files, which means the base URL is totally deprecated. And now you need to use paths to declare your subpaths. Module resolution is deprecated. ES module interop and allow synthetic default imports are also deprecated and it will no longer be supported. Also, I have talked about down level iteration, which was also deprecated and will no longer be supported. So, my honest take on this, TypeScript version 6 is not a flashy release, it's a serious release. It gives you some genuinely useful quality of life improvements, but the bigger point is that it pushes project towards modern defaults, explicit configuration, and cleaner long-term upgrades. If your project is already modern, this upgrade should be pretty reasonable. If your setup is older, then moving to version 6 is basically telling you that it's time to stop carrying old assumptions forward. And honestly, that's probably a good thing. What do you think? If you like this explanation, please do like, subscribe, and share with your other developer friends.